Welcome to Golf Weekly. Again, I'm your host, Daniel Cort, joined by my usual friends, suspects, Chris Hendrix and Chris Tremblay.
Nice to be here, Daniel.
Welcome, Chris. It's good to see you as always. Man, we got a lot to get through in a quick 7 minutes here.
We have some stuff.
This is sort of our Ryder Cup post show, so a lot of flags are flying. It's half staff today.
Yep.
But real quickly, we want to make mention that we had Jim Urimovich on last year. They hosted the Lady Bearcat Invitational, and wanted to make mention that Lander University got second in that event. Rachel Urimovich, Jimmy's daughter, played quite well the first day, 77, followed it with an 81, but they did have a medalist. We don't have that young girl's name who shot a 66. They did get second. Scad was the winner in Savannah. Armstrong took third, and USCB took fifth. So great representation from our girls in the area.
Nice to see the local ladies play well.
It really is. So great job. Jimmy hosted a great event. We did want to make note of that. One more note, the USCB men's golf team, the Sand Sharks, had a record-setting day by Brian Langley, a young man I played a little bit of golf with. Shot a 65 on a par 72, 700, breaks the course record, has a 4-shot lead as medalist, and the team has a 10-shot lead at the Thomas University Invitational in Valdosta, Georgia. So good luck, boys. I hope you bring it home. Don't pull a Team USA and fold your tents on the final day, because it ain't over till it's over. And guys, if we ever need an example of it ain't over till it's over, we got it this week. I mean, if we thought Brookline was something, this had to go one more step above, didn't it?
Well, it's like we talked about. You know, Saturday, the last two matches in the 4-ball, Team Europe gained a lot of momentum, and then, you know, the way that Ollie put that lineup out there and put his, horses out there early on Sunday, and Davis really didn't match it up.
No, as it turns out.
When you put Tiger at the end with a chance for his match to not matter.
Right. Which has happened before. That happened in 02.
Yep.
He had to come up that last fairway with nothing to play for.
Right.
I like, and I'm not a big Monday morning quarterback fan.
And it's easy to do.
It's so easy for us to do, to second guess David, or Davis Love. I mean, he did have, after all, a 10-6 lead going into the final day, so he was doing something right.
Right.
My biggest question about, and a lot of people have
said the same thing to you?
Yeah, about the Phil Keegan chemistry and how that was going. They've alluded to the fact that those guys should not have sat. Phil said, I went to him. He sort of took the onus on himself. That wasn't Davis. I asked to sit out. Keegan Bradley, on the other hand, a rookie, had told everybody I could play 36 a day. Clearly seemed to have, along with Bubba Watson, the most fire, the most energy, and the most fan support.
Right.
And he was playing his best golf. So why wouldn't you send a Keegan out maybe with another player in the afternoon to try to, because 11 and a half, 5 and a half is significantly different.
There's no question. And, we, like you said, we can Monday morning quarterback all we want. We can look at the lineups. We can look at, who played well and who didn't. But ultimately what it comes down to is after the U.S. went up 10-4, the Euros played spectacularly. They made the putts they needed to make. The momentum swung their way with those last two matches on Saturday. You could see Luke Donald and Ian Poulter when they were walking back to the clubhouse after the matches on Saturday afternoon. You would have thought that they had a lead 11-9 or something. I mean, they would have been up.
Right.
They're confident.
Instead, the U.S. went ahead and didn't have a lineup in there that really did anything early in the round on Sunday, and you get all this blue up there, and then of course we have the matches the way they turned out at the end with Furyk and Stricker and Bradley and Kuchar and
all
Snedeker,
of those matches
that just didn't go their way.
And Davis Love said that they were swing matches. They swung on the last few holes. Unfortunately, they all swung in Europe's way.
Yeah, nothing swung our way.
Yeah, Phil Mickelson has a chance to close the match out with a beautiful chip on 17. Poulter tops it, and then birdies 18 to take that match. That was at least a guaranteed half that we thought we had. And then for Keimer to pull it out on Stricker and Furyk both, for lack of a better term, or I'm going to Johnny Miller them, they choked. I mean, these are guys, when you look at their records, what do we say? Between Stricker, Furyk, and Tiger, 1-6-1 is not going to cut it.
No.
From your veterans.
Unfortunately for Davis' choices, his captain's choices, you take Dustin Johnson out of the equation, and they were 2-8-1.
Yeah.
Yep.
When you look at Sunday, Stricker was 1 over in his match. Furyk was even, Kuchar was even, and both of those are with a couple gimmies.
Right.
Bradley was 1 under. Didn't quite get the things to fall that fell the first few days, but I mean, everything fell the first few days. And Brandt Snedeker was even, and you know, Brandt was never really in that match.
Well, and in defense of Bradley, he was playing Rory, albeit Rory showed up 10 minutes before his tee time. Either way, you're still playing the #1 player, so he gets a pass on that. But you know, one thing I think we'd be remiss if we didn't mention is the Poulter factor. I heard Lee Westwood. Awesome. I heard Lee Westwood. I don't know if you stayed up for the drunken fraternity-like interviews that they did with the European team, and rightfully so. The guys had every reason to be celebrating with spirits. But Westwood said, you know, from now on, it's the choosing committee. It's going to be 9 players earning a spot, 2 captain's picks, and Poulter.
That's right.
I mean, he has 12-3-0 in his Ryder Cup. I mean, he cemented his place in history. But what he did by himself, by birding the last 5 holes on his own to get a 1-up win over, I believe it was Zach Johnson and Jason Duffner,
yes.
changed the whole complexion of these matches. I even heard somebody say, you know, because they were playing with the spirit of Seve, and whether you believe in all that or not, it had some kind of effect. And I heard some guys say, we're going to have to start calling Ian Poltergeist, because he had the ghost of Seve haunting him, and he delivered.
Well, like I mentioned last week, you know, the whole competition was a celebration of golf, and it certainly panned out that way. NBC's ratings were up a whopping 71%. So
yeah, golf is the big
great weekend.
Either way, golf is the big winner.
Definitely.
Well, guys, I mean, I would love to chat about this forever. We're out of time. We've got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to be with the president of the Landings over in Skidaway in Savannah, Bill Houghton. We'll be right back.